everybody. Welcome to M-Class Podcast, the only podcast about Star Trek on the internet that is completely outlawed in the Romulan Empire.
Oh my god, thank God. I don't want them to know.
Fuck those green-blooded hobgoblins, right?
Do they? I guess they have green blood too, right?
They're from the same place.
But they're like
from Vulcan.
Are they different species though? Like how long have they been awake? Like 1,000 years, 2,000 years? I think it's like 1,000 years.
My name's Jeff.
I'm other guy Josh, and
I'm third guy Kevin.
Yeah.
Hi Kevin.
Welcome aboard, Kevin. We're on a spaceship.
Oh, I see it all.
That's the lore of M-Class.
I see it all so clearly in my mind's eye. It's beautiful.
If you don't know Kevin, you do know Kevin. Because he's the host of Pretend Friends, which is one of Josh's 8 other podcasts.
Yeah.
And
he makes the show good.
Yeah.
I just show up.
Yeah. Right?
And he does other things.
He's the creator of amazing roguelike dungeon crawler HAQUE.
Yeah. I did do that.
Which is spelled HAQUE. Spend money on it.
Buy it.
Go buy it.
Go buy it with your fucking money right now. Pause the thing and go buy it.
It's $15. Just fucking buy it already.
Even if you don't play video games, just fucking buy it. What's wrong with you?
God, what's wrong with you? Buy it!
Why don't you have it yet?
Buy the fucking game!
Anyway.
And I'm Kevin.
And I helped. This week on this month, this time on M-Class Podcast, we're going to be diving headfirst into the Beard Collection, aka the We Need Time to Figure Out What the Next Big Collection's going to be collection.
We're getting closer.
Today's episode specifically is TNG Episode 2. No. It wasn't Episode 2, everybody. I lied. It's TNG Season 2, Episode 1, The Child.
Yeah. Should we give him the star date?
Yeah, it's star date. Go fuck yourself, Josh.
I think it's
I remember it well.
40272.
A little bit of background information on this episode.
Okay.
It was written by a bunch of people who have only written TV shows.
Yeah.
Weird.
Some of them are women, which pokes some holes in Kevin's theorem later.
I find that surprising, but...
Well, it was written by women in 1988, so...
I don't know, is Jaren a woman's name? I think might be a man's name.
I think it's a man's name.
Jaren Summers?
Jaren is a cool space name, at the very least.
Yeah, it is. Okay, it is a dude. All written by dudes. Kevin is correct.
Kevin's right.
What? How did I know, apart from the everything in this episode?
Yeah. It was directed by Rob Bowman, who has only ever directed TV shows.
What else did he do?
He did Star Trek and X-Files. And
X-Files, yeah.
I've heard of those.
However, an interesting fact, a John Larroquette fun fact of the week for you.
I think I know what you're going to say.
Is that Rob Bowman was one of the 3 voices of the voice of Borg in most of the episodes that have
What? How interesting.
How interesting.
I thought you were going to say he directed Elektra.
What? He directed Elektra?
Apparently.
What?
He directed the X-Files movie, too.
He did.
Everyone loves that movie.
The first one, it's okay.
Yeah. Well,
it's not great.
It's not great.
It's okay.
But he does have movie directing chops, I guess, because there are several dolly shots and like camera movements which just does not happen in Star Trek. But in this episode.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they were still doing a little bit of that shit in this early version of TNG. They would do a little bit of that in the first season too.
Like a little bit, like near the beginning of the first season. There's a little tiny bit of that. But apparently, he wanted to bring something special to the first episode of season 2, because I guess he read the script.
Yeah, and he was like, "What?
You got to put something in this episode, right? It's a premiere."
And I guess that something is a fisheye lens and some wobble cam.
Yeah.
Look, it's cinematic, all right?
Dude, he went on to direct all the skate videos from the 90s with his fisheye lens.
Direct every Beastie Boys video.
I know you planned it. Put a fisheye lens on the camera. That's my Beastie Boys.
That was a good
Was that
impression.
good?
I thought I was in the room with the King Ad Rock.
Mike D! It's me, Mike D!
Oh my god.
He's here. I see him.
Celebrity guest, a fourth guest.
Hi! I love Star Trek!
I bet he does.
He does. The Beastie Boys fucking love
Yeah,
Star
they
Trek.
do. They love Star Trek.
The ones of them that are alive still love it.
I know they're nerds because they were on Futurama.
That's true, and so is Beck.
Yep.
Yeah, but Beck likes Star Trek.
But Beck's a Scientologist, so he might just be like...
Oh, is he? No,
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
Yeah.
he
jeez.
believes Star Trek is real.
That's
He believes it.
that's the Kevin Cole bummer of the week.
Oh, how fucking terrible.
We got a new segment, everybody.
I did it, guys. I've arrived.
You made it, kid.
Local kid makes good.
Unless I'm wrong, then it's the Kevin Cole slanderous comment of the week.
Oh, how inaccurate. How lawsuit worthy.
Oh wow, how reputation ruining.
Beck, I'm looking it up right now. It came up, so somebody has looked it up.
Josh is the official M-Class podcast researcher.
Computer, find me information
Yeah.
on Beck.
He is. It says he is one, so.
Oh, what
That
a
sucks.
bummer.
It must be crazy being a crazy person, so, you know.
Must be. I wouldn't know.
Not that we would know.
I'm not a Scientologist, it's me, Mike D!
God bless you, Mike D.
Look, Kevin, just pretend it's really Mike D. Josh is very disturbed.
I'm a method actor, boys!
He won't go to the hospital, but he needs it.
My medicine is my craft!
All right, back to Star Trek.
I don't know. It's real anymore.
It's
Welcome
all
to the
real.
podcast.
It's all real. Everything's canon.
Yep, it's canon.
It's canon.
We can't say that. That's
Yeah,
illegal.
you probably can. I think I was the first one to say it, so we can say it.
That's fine. That's fine. Fuck it. Fuck it.
Copyright.
So the main plot line, or what should have been the main plot line of this episode, is the Enterprise D is meeting with a ship to transfer every infectious disease known to man.
Super fucking, like, crazy CDC viruses.
Yeah, like the type of virus that can wipe out an entire species in an hour.
Crazy.
I legit almost forgot that was the quote-unquote main plot line.
Yeah, it's like the B plot, really.
It's not it's more like the B, but, like, it's always lingering, like, more of like a A-2 plot. It's like...
It could have been much more interesting than the actual plot, is what I'm saying, like...
Yeah.
This episode is so, like, distracted by itself. Like, there's so much bullshit special effects happening.
Oh my god, dude.
It's magical. The little light flying
he-
around is magical.
It's
Rob
a flashlight
Bowman.
with like someone animating CG bullshit over it.
I was trying to determine how they did that, and I was like, they must have, like, floated it in her hand somehow. Like, I was like, how do they do that? Like, how do they give that flashlight
I know
to
how
her?
they did the actual floating orb thing, though, because I've seen the show Ghost Rider.
Oh, you know what I bet they did? I bet they just shined a light in her hand. Like, a really
From, like,
powerful
below
light.
the bed.
From above, probably. Like, because she cups her hands, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's probably what they did.
Movie magic.
One thing I did notice, like the very first shot after some bullshit special effects is like a close-up on Data, a close-up on Worf, and then Riker's beard.
Oh, man, contemplative Riker beard? Like, immediately you're like, oh, shit, he's thinking about some shit. And there's a beard on his face.
He can grow hair from his cheeks. Yeah.
This does like feel more like a first episode than the actual first episode.
Yeah, then the far point.
Yeah,
It's like a first episode of a show, especially like a science fiction show, tends to have like a lot of exposition about what character is what. We get a ton of that in this.
Yeah.
And, Encounter at Farpoint is like a movie version of that, where you just get a little bit of info because shit's gotta happen.
Yeah, you gotta, like, move it along. Well, they kind of have to start over again, because, like, Pulaski is there, so you gotta introduce her.
I love Pulaski.
Pulaski is great. She is great.
My opinion on Pulaski is very lukewarm. Like, I don't dislike her. I do dislike how much of a motherfucking asshole she is to Data, but I think
I love it. She
brings a good... In this episode, not so much. In this episode, she's like got like a playful type of thing, but that like devolves over the season to the point where she's just like, you're a fucking robot. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, she gets real mean sometimes. She's like McCoy, though, right? Like, they're like, let's just make another McCoy, but a woman.
Yeah, and that, like, especially her relationship with Picard is great. Like, I like that a lot. I just, like, I don't know. There were enough characters in Season 1 that were just kind of retreads of TOS characters.
I like how she doesn't know everything. Like, she has to learn shit, which is not a common thing on the Enterprise. Like, she has to ask... She has to rely on Data, and she also, like, doesn't totally get him. Like, she's someone who's, like, inquisitive and has to learn stuff and, like, has to, like, figure shit out. And, like, I think that's kind of what this show is missing. And I'm ignoring Wesley because fuck him.
Yeah,
Wesley is the actual B plot of the episode.
Oh my god,
him wondering what he's gonna do with his life.
That's like the C plot.
That's like the F plot.
That's like the Z plot.
It deserves an F for sure.
F for fucking stupid.
Yeah, it's the FS plot.
Like, but like I feel like they had to write that though because like. You know, Beverly Crusher is like head of Starfleet medical, and like they were like, well, what are we gonna do with this kid? Like,
why isn't Bev there?
I think
her actress quit.
Wait,
what?
Yeah, she quit. Like, she almost Tasha Yard herself, but she came back.
I thought that was because she was doing like she's in what's it called? Hunt for Red October or the other
quit.
One?
She
really?
hated working on Star Trek during the first season, and she quit.
Wow.
But she came back near the end of the second season, and they were like, "Well, we'll just write you back in." I mean, it wasn't like a hard quit like Tasha Yar where they just murdered the character off. So I guess it was like a I might come back later type of thing.
Yeah, I always thought it was because she was in a couple films, but maybe she had to like quit to do them, or I don't know. But dude, she's not like my favorite character in the show anyway. So like,
no, she's always so like frazzled by shit. Like,
yeah, she gets a little upset.
She's just kind of like too much of the mom of the ship, where like she just gets upset that her kids are acting out or like shit like that. And I like Pulaski just giving other people garbage.
Throwing some shade.
My favorite thing about Crusher is that Pulaski does it a lot too, but when she's gone, Crusher is the only character on the ship that gives Picard shit.
Yeah.
And I love that dynamic. Pulaski took it to like 11. She was straight up bones about it. She was curmudgeoning all over him, and it was great.
Yeah, she tells him to sit down. She's like, "You better sit down." And he's like, "What the fuck? I'm Captain Picard."
Like, I can picture perfectly in my mind just a scene between Picard and Pulaski where she leans over and just says, "Go fuck yourself."
Oh yeah.
Go fuck yourself, Captain. He's like, "Good Lord, woman."
Well,
I never.
It's the 24th century. I don't even know what that word means.
We don't even say take a leak anymore.
That's exactly what I think of. Whenever somebody has a character from Star Trek say a curse word, all I can think of is like, they didn't even know what take a leak meant.
Which is like really ridiculous if you think about it. Yeah. Like, there's clearly context clues there. Like,
I'm gonna go take a leak.
Yeah, what? Everybody knows what that is.
I feel like if I had never heard that phrase before, I'd probably assume pee, but maybe I'd assume I'm gonna go have a quick cry.
Well, you're a human, right? So you pee.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh, okay. Like, there's that going. Like, I could understand if you're like, I don't know, do Bolians pee? Who knows? Like, if you're a Bolian and you don't piss.
Maybe a Bolian's head splits open and they deposit their waste out of it. Who knows?
That might be what it is.
Maybe a Bolian has had a rough-ass day, and they're just like, I need a quick cry, so I'm going to go take a leak.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. And they cry blue tears.
I can believe the take a leak thing because I've had someone react that way to me. When I said I had to take a leak, and they were like, what? And I said,
Were they from Star Trek in the 24th century?
I'd always assumed, like, growing up that take a leak was a Southern thing because, like, every Northern person I said it to went, what?
What?
I try to recapture, like, that reaction by constantly changing up my language for I have to pee. So, like, I gotta go blast piss. Be right back.
Blast piss.
I gotta go cry yellow rain out of my dick hole.
I'm pretty sure I could figure out what blast piss meant, though.
Gotta blast a piss. Take a hot number one.
But what if you couldn't in the future?
Well, they wouldn't. They wouldn't know what piss is. They'd be like, what are you gonna destroy? Are you gonna use your phaser?
They would know what piss is.
No one knows what piss is, really.
What?
It's true. They just gave up. They stopped investigating.
I think we've been saying piss since like 500 years ago, probably. I bet you like Shakespeare invented piss.
It's polite society in the far-flung future. They don't know what take a leak means.
Yeah, I guess.
They apparently know what fuck means, thanks to Discovery, though, so...
Oh, what? They say fuck in that?
A dude's like, that's fucking cool.
He says, I gotta go fucking piss.
He says, I gotta go fucking take a leak, Zephram Cochrane.
Dude, I'm not caught up. Do they really say fuck?
Yeah, he says
Oh,
fucking.
no.
One of the younger guys says fucking.
Yeah, I don't know about that show,
guys.
guys.
This is shit, dickin' awesome.
Being a Starfleet, man, fucking rules of dick.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Check out some tits and pussies.
It's a good show.
That's the...
I haven't seen it, but it sounds like a good show.
That's the Quentin Tarantino version that's coming out.
Say what again, motherfucker?
Say what again, Klingon?
Motherfucking Klingon.
I have a fun fact.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, what?
I think this might be the... Sorry for the harsh, like, pivot away from...
No, I want to know
swears.
fun fact.
I love fun facts.
I think this might be the first episode where Riker gets to smile.
Really? You think?
No,
I don't.
He smiles at Encounter at Farpoint. You don't.
Yeah,
know.
He's all grinsy. He's all. He's like, hey, what's this?
When he meets Data, he smiles.
They told him not to smile. Like
he does.
He does, but they're like, you cannot smile and you can't grow a beard. Like.
That what
you better not. I better not catch you standing up when you pee. That's what they told me.
Yeah, this is polite society. We sit down as to not make noise and wake up our girlfriend.
They were like, Riker definitely never smiles ever. That's not in the character. And like, what's the name of the guy who plays him?
Jonathan Frakes.
Yeah. He was just like, I'm a smiley guy and I play the trombone, so you're gonna have to incorporate that into the character.
Look, if my character doesn't play a trombone, I'm not playing him.
Oh god, we just lost Crusher. We can't lose Frakes. Gee, I'm gonna call her Crusher like that's her real name.
That's her real name.
We lost Gates McFadden. She played the clarinet or tap danced or whatever the fuck she did.
She did tap dance.
Yeah, she does tap dance. I mean, that must suck to have to be an actor who has to do like a gimmicky thing like that.
Yeah, like if you're like on a podcast, but you're also an artist, so you like draw stuff to make it seem like you're good on the podcast.
Yeah, or if like you do a million podcasts because you're empty inside.
Yeah, that would be rough.
Anyway, we should probably take a break.
We'll take a break and we'll actually talk about the show when we come back, everybody.
Did you damage your face, Data?
It is a beard, Geordi. A fine, full, dignified beard. One which commands respect and projects thoughtfulness and dignity. Well, opinions?
It's, very different.
When I stroke the beard thusly, do I not appear more intellectual?
I'm sorry, I have to go now. Goodbye.
Why was she laughing?
And we're back with more M-Class goodness.
Oh, baby.
Hopefully you buy that product. Maybe we can get a commercial in there for HAQUE. Do you have one?
Yeah, I'll just bust one out.
Please, oh, sweet. I'll put it in.
Yeah.
Please buy HAQUE. I'm so cold.
Not right now, Kevin.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
No. Kevin.
Kevin, stop! Okay.
Kevin!
So we talked a little bit about this episode. The B plot is that they're carrying super AIDS in space.
Yep.
Yeah.
To a space station.
Plasma poison or something. Plasma plague.
It's like every kind of thing. They're like, at one point, Pulaski is like, the least virulent strain will kill everything on this ship. It's like, what's the most virulent strain do?
It's like, wow, this seems like high
kill
stakes.
Everything? Yeah, that's like as far as it can go.
Like, it can't get worse.
Yeah, that's it, dude.
And that's the B plot.
Yeah. That's
One of these viruses will give you 7 dicks. What?
Sign me up. The fucking...
Yeah, I need less dicks. Hey.
The least virulent strain will only kill you once.
The most 7 deaths.
One for each dick.
That's right. You better count up your dicks, boys.
Count up your dicks, because we're getting crazy.
Kiss your dicks goodbye.
It's it's like the fucking B plot. It should be an A plot, and something should go wrong that they have to figure out a real solution to. That's how a normal Star Trek episode works.
Right, but instead they were like, Troy gets assaulted by an alien in her sleep and is impregnated.
Shocking. Troy, it's shocking that she gets assaulted.
Shocking. Is this the first? This is the
first time.
Yeah,
it's
they set the precedent.
It's like really weird and rapey, that scene.
Yeah, it's super uncomfortable because she looks like 10,000 yard stare, like she just was, raped or whatever. And it's like, I don't know if I am comfortable with this
fucking weird immaculate conception scene, right?
Yeah.
And then
and Riker goes, baby.
What the shit?
Who been fucking you, bitch?
And he pulls out his trombone and goes,
Riker is super creepy in this episode. He's lurking.
Yeah, the lurking during the birth scene is the creepiest shit.
It's like they're at the table and Picard is telling all the men
all the men are deciding what to do with this baby.
Counselor Troy was impregnated last night, and everyone's like, what? They turn slowly to look at her like, what the fuck? And it's real scarlet lettery.
Yep.
It's real weird.
Yeah, why are you all reacting that way? You don't know it's an immaculate conception yet. It could have just been anything.
We got Data, the pro-life robot, for some reason. I guess someone had to take that stand.
Yeah, someone had to take the let's get an abortion stand. They're like, give it to the Klingon.
Dude, that's my favorite thing in the whole episode is that Worf wants to fucking murder that baby so bad. He doesn't want. He's pro-abortion or whatever, and you can take whatever stance you want on that as a listener. Sure. We're not gonna preach about anything.
Sure.
But
it's
when the baby's
pro-choice,
born,
for the record.
yeah, that's true. But we're all pro-choice. Fuck you, otherwise. But look, we're topical on this podcast. All right.
I'm just saying. Send all hate mail to @MClass podcast.
Thanks, Kevin.
Oh, we don't need any more of that.
Thanks, Kevin. Once the baby's born, Worf is just lurking around can I kill it now? Can I kill it now?
I love it. Oh, I would. That baby creeped me out.
When do I get to kill the baby?
He's got weird 80s hair. He deserves to die just for that.
That baby is basically a space rapist.
It's true.
Pretty much.
This whole episode, super tiptoes around the subject that this alien creature, forcibly impregnates a woman on board.
Well, that should be the episode, right?
Yeah.
But instead, it's we're fine with it. It's what?
An interesting.
while this robot's on, or not the robot, while this like space creature is on vacation, as it's revealed.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I wanted to learn about you.
Yeah.
So I space raped you.
It's dude. It's yeah.
Interestingly enough, there was a plot line in Marvel Comics where an extra dimensional villain, some sort of a alien consciousness from another dimension, impregnated Miss Marvel with himself.
Yeah.
And grew inside of her and was born into the real world. And she was understandably, she acted like she was raped and was horribly scarred by it, as any normal being would be.
Yeah. I feel like they skirt around it in this show, though, because, like, she talks telepathically to the baby at one point when it's like a zygote.
Yeah. Or is
then
brainwashed by the baby, because clearly it can control her pain receptors later.
Yeah, and I was just going to say that. Yeah.
When she's talking with the zygote, like, fucking, she has that 1,000-yard stare, and there's, like, ominous music happening.
Yeah, well, they're, like, I think that was... I want to say that was their way of kind of skirting over the argument that's, like, mumbling in the background, right?
Yeah.
Because they're arguing about the abortion at that point. So it might have been too much for 1988 viewers to have, like, a real argument about abortion on television.
And by the way, a room full of men arguing about whether the baby should be aborted or not.
Exactly. There's not even, like, Pulaski's not even in there to be like, yo, guys. Like,
Pulaski is there. She doesn't give a shit.
She's not even saying anything. She's just like, well, I know how this debate used to go, so I'm just going to be quiet.
You guys actually, like, made me think of a Data line during the birth scene that, like, I was thinking about, where Data asks if Troy can communicate with the baby while it's in her womb, and I'm like, Data just doesn't know about humans or whatever, but no, he doesn't know about betazoids. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Can you, like, betazoid mind meld communicate telepathically with your unborn child? I'm like, that is a really interesting question.
That's a legitimate question.
That's a super good question too, because then it's like, I am not to, like, harp on the whole abortion thing, but it's like, is that what they were going for? Like, when is it sentient, right? Like, because if you can talk to something, it's probably alive,
I think it's important to note that the reason why the zygote is sentient is because it's a space rapist and not a zygote, really.
That's true. Let's not forget that it is a space rapist.
It is a space vacation rapist. Like,
yeah, he just wanted to go get some sweet betazoid trim on a sweet starship.
Okay, so that birth scene. Are we at the birth scene?
It doesn't matter. Go ahead.
Okay. That birth scene is like 2,000% creepier because she can't feel pain.
Yeah, it's not natural.
No,
right?
here's what's really creepy about it is that I don't know if it's Marina Sirtis's acting. I don't know if it's the way it was written, but she is having an orgasm. When that baby is being born.
That can happen during birth.
Shut up, Kevin.
Probably happened when you were born, Jeff.
Well, at least I gave one woman an orgasm. Wah, wah, wah.
Riker trombone.
3 white guys talking about women's issues.
Look, the scene is made a million times creepier because Riker is standing off to the side leering at her the entire scene.
Well, he's like a child, and like when the security gets called in and Worf comes in with the 2 security guys, like they stand, like, I don't know if the perspective is like weird because of the way they shot it, but like it feels like they stand right in front of her, like, spread eagle birth canal.
Yeah.
And it's like, guys, like, what are you fucking doing?
They're like the
apparently
300.
No one cared either.
Yeah.
They're like the 300 and the baby is the Persian army.
Yeah.
Dude, my favorite part is, like, Data is talking about, like, you know, thank you for letting me be part of this. It was wondrous or whatever. He stood off to the side and stared at her while she was giving birth. He didn't look at the baby being born once.
Well, that's good, because when I saw a baby get born, I passed out, so.
I bet.
I saw it on a video.
Yeah, that's what I saw it on.
We had to watch it in the sex ed class. It was pretty much like, if you have sex, this is what's gonna happen.
Yeah, well.
I don't think they actually made me watch that.
No, they did me, and I had to go. I walked out, and I fell on the ground and laid there until someone found me.
Freshman.
Damn.
Dude, it sucked. I was like, and then everyone made fun of me, and I was like, yeah, did you see that thing? That was horrible.
Like,
I had to watch like a leg get amputated for like a
why?
weird-
I could do that.
I was a theater kid, and I was being like an Iraq war vet or something like that, and my theater director was like, "Hey, you should watch this, definitely."
Yeah, definitely. Watch this guy's leg get cut off.
And I was like,
No,
okay.
what is wrong with that guy?
I could do that. I definitely could do that. I couldn't.
I don't know.
That's
I got a
how
thing.
fucked up.
I got a
is.
thing about amputations.
I kind of am fascinated by it. Like, it really fascinates me.
It doesn't me. It's like, I think about it this way, right? Like, my entire living is in my right arm.
That's true.
Like, if I lost my right arm, I'm literally useless.
That's true.
But Jeff, what if I told you sometimes when amputees lose a leg, their brain like maps over that part of their muscles with like their dick, and they like when they orgasm, they imagine their dick is a giant penis.
Are you serious right now?
Yes,
That's a fun fact of the week right there, but I don't
Are
know
you
how to
serious?
react to it.
that's a real
I am
thing.
totally cutting my arm off at some point.
I
It's
don't know
gotta
if
be a
gotta
leg.
the leg.
It's gotta
I
be
don't
a
know if
leg.
It's gotta be the leg, but like I learned about like brain plasticity in college or some shit.
This is
That shit's fucking
This is a
fascinating.
disturbing ass episode of M Class Podcast.
Hey, brought to you by Hack the video game.
Yeah, buy hack.
Hack your leg off and get a
your leg
bigger
off.
dick in your mind.
Buy my hack. Buy my hack.
Oh my god.
That scene.
This scene lasts for like 5 minutes.
It lasts
Yeah.
for almost as long as we're talking about it.
Okay,
But the thing that made me bust out laughing is like Worf slowly like walks up like he's scared of the baby,
Yeah.
and then like leers over it like I get to kill it now, right? I get to kill the baby now, and they're all like, "No, Worf, it's a normal baby," and he's like, "Fuck."
oh Worf.
Throws his phaser on the ground.
Baby.
I'm taking my
yet.
phaser and going home.
I'm gonna, dude. He's gonna
Worf.
get to that baby one way or another.
I'm gonna go to the holodeck and kill a baby.
Worf, what if we named the baby Kalis? Then you wouldn't kill it.
Kalis! Dude.
So, like, a way more interesting configuration of that birth scene would be let Data observe and creep, and let Riker, like, hold towards
Yes,
him.
that would have been
Yeah.
the normal. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
but
would have
instead
been more-
Riker just sort of stands off screen and ostensibly stares at her vagina give birth to a baby.
There are 7 dudes looking at that gaping maw at this point.
Okay, a way more interesting configuration of that scene would be Geordi is the one who's impregnated.
What?
I want to see this episode.
Pitch it or ditch it.
then-
Brought to you by
And
Kevin.
then Gorn is holding his hand.
A Gorn!
It is the same Gorn that fought Kirk. He's back and he's holding. You can do it.
Yeah. Now, see, that's feminist.
Yeah, he's right.
I feel bad
Are
enough
there
for
female
Geordi.
Gorns?
Geordi gets like feminized real heavily in this show. He doesn't need any help with that.
Yeah, he's sort of like the loser guy. He's like,
because he literally never ends up with anyone. Like that happens to Picard too, but he's like the main badass man, so it doesn't matter. But
yeah, he's Captain Hot Dude.
I feel like Geordi is portrayed as like a young like a young nerd, like one who like hasn't begun like the snowballing of like dating and relationship experiences that like
Yeah, but
eventually
he's
get
like
you to a good relationship.
25, and it's like they live on a planet like where sex is just like open. Like Earth is pretty cool about that
yeah,
shit,
I mean,
right?
at least you're 100% certain that Geordi's gotten laid, right? Because you can just go to a planet and buy a Horgon and
Yeah, you could
have
just
sex.
fuck for free, like whenever you want. Like,
Well, I'm 28 and I live in America and I haven't ended up with anyone yet, so I don't know if I'm ready to pity
Yeah.
Geordi right away.
Look, Geordi, it's not that he doesn't end up with anyone. It's that he doesn't end up with anyone in the future when he's like 60. That's the
right.
problem.
We don't really know that, though.
Whatever,
in
Mary
the fucking
Jeff.
last episode.
Oh, yeah, he's still hanging out with Data, but that timeline doesn't come to fruition.
I guess it's true. Well, in the fucking Voyager and shit, like he's a captain or whatever, and he's got gray hair, and
Maybe he just has a really healthy work-life balance. Like, maybe he doesn't bring his wife into, like, all this bullshit.
Yeah, I agree with that, honestly. Like,
that's probably true. I mean, he could be married for all I know. They don't wear wedding rings in the future.
We have to imagine Geordi complexly.
We do. He could be a very complicated man.
Really,
he could be,
the problem
he could be
comes
gay for all we know.
That's true. He could be gay. He could be struggling with that.
Maybe we don't know.
But the thing is that he keeps trying to get women to be interested in him, and they keep, like, slam dunking on him and walking away.
Yeah, well, he goes after girls that aren't into him. That's his problem.
Yeah. That is a problem that we've all had at certain points in our lives.
It's definitely happened. Definitely happened.
We really shouldn't be allowed to pick, is the thing.
We shouldn't be allowed to. Our parents maybe should arrange that for us at an age.
That's way better.
I could not imagine how much that would suck dick for me.
It would
my
probably
parents
suck dick
picked
for
my wife.
everybody, dude. Dude, it would suck for everybody.
No, that's terrible.
That's how you wake up space raped and pregnant, right there.
I meant men.
Men shouldn't be able to pick. Women just pick for it.
Yeah.
I don't know where that would leave us.
That's essentially how it happens, really. If you get right down to it.
If you cut the bullshit, right?
Yeah, it happens like that.
It's like a 50-50 thing.
Yeah.
You guys are aware that LeVar Burton is the sexy detective in Word Up by...
Fuck yes, I know that.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
He's the sexy detective with a tiny little mustache.
Dude,
so, like, IRL, that guy had no problem fucking.
Oh, no doubt. He wanted to fuck dudes, ladies, whatever. It doesn't matter.
He read books to kids. Ladies love that. So do guys.
That's true.
That's true. People love a good book reader.
I love it.
I'd fuck him because he was nice to kids. I don't even like kids that much.
I'd fuck him because he was Geordi. You were on a show I like. Here's my penis.
Here's my 7 dicks. Oh, I got space virus.
And then they're like, it's as if the pregnancy never happened.
Just so you know that her vagina's still good. She didn't get space pregnant anymore.
She ain't fucked up down there, guys. Don't worry.
You can still fantasize about her.
Yeah.
That's like the most, like, 80s, like, sci-fi writer thing. It's like, hey, ladies, we threw this in for you, so...
Yeah. Yeah, we threw you a bone. It's like, dude. Oh, man.
This is the same show that, like, a season earlier had Crusher and Troy, like, get in super 80s jumpsuits and do aerobics in front of a mirror.
Yeah, they do aerobics, and you're like, oh, 1987. Dude.
So, like, after they're like, it's as if the pregnancy never happened, then why have, like, then as the weird rapist sperm space thingy, why go through the birth process at all? Because humans don't remember being born. So if you want the human experience, like, why not just show up as a little space kid?
Look, there was obviously 1 out of 3 of the writers, maybe 2, maybe 3, we don't know, who were just cranking it as hard as they could when they were writing this. Like, they were just going to town on their wieners while writing this.
It shows.
And then 7 guys watch it happen.
Dude, oh my god.
So this alien wants the human experience, but it's on a really tight schedule.
Oh yeah, it's on vacation. It's got to get back to the office.
42 minutes long, Kevin.
It's got to get back to the office, Kevin.
Yeah. It's a weekend trip for him. He's got to go.
And didn't we do basically this again when Data has his daughter, right?
Yeah,
nobody gets space raped.
Yeah, it's way better. It's like done so much better.
Oh yeah, it's way better. Like
that's a good episode.
That episode just has me jizzing tears. But
that episode makes you cry. This episode, you're just like, yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, this episode makes you jizz confusion out of your brain.
Yeah. Like, so the kid, like, grows fast, which is, like, I feel is, like, a super, like, 70s, 80s sci-fi thing, like Mork and Mindy, or, like, Benjamin Button, sort of, right? Like, it's like, oh, advanced aging quickly, whatever. And then, like, he goes to school with puppies, and that's a cool scene.
Puppies!
Puppies!
He sees the puppies.
That scene, when I watched it the first time, was so tense and so scary. Because
You were
He thought
worried he was going to kill the puppy.
I'm like, he's going to snap one of those puppies' necks.
No! We're
my
used to
God.
we're used to like our time, like
Yeah.
where like shit like that would happen.
But now, like, when I think about it, in reality, he's probably like, I should have been a puppy, not a human.
Yeah,
That's what I
exactly.
would have thought.
Dude, as soon as I saw I was not paying any attention to this episode. I'm gonna be real honest. I was like in and out of it because we were on Twitter fucking tweeting at each other earlier.
Yeah.
And like puppies came on screen, I just shut my computer. I was like, fucking puppies, I'm all in, baby.
Dude, they're fucking adorable.
They're so cute.
Dude, like when he asked Captain Picard, the kid, if he's ever played with puppies, I was like, Picard, you gotta play with puppies, dude.
Yeah,
like,
he's
if you
never
ever play with
played with puppies.
it's incredible. It's incredible.
No, Ian, I don't think I've played with puppies.
Like, what a sad life Picard's led. He's never
My
played
life
with
is-
puppies.
Starships and making archaeology.
Yeah. I like the curling NASCAR and
I like to play the whistle.
the whistle.
That's when I realized that Picard's the monster.
Yeah. Never played with puppies. It's so sad.
Yeah, it's fucked up, man. Like,
Is he allergic? Like, what's the deeper
No,
story
man, you're
here?
not allergic to puppies in the future. They got fucking retinacs for that shit.
Yeah.
Seriously, go to what's the pretend magic zone they have?
Holodeck?
Yeah, the pretend magic zone.
Pretend magic zone, he says.
That's what it's called now.
What's the our actors are bored and our writers are confused zone? Yeah, go to the pretendinarium and get yourself as many puppies as like your CPU can handle.
No. You go to Ryza and you got your puppy Horgon.
I want to play with puppies. You get the puppy Horgon.
You get the puppy Horgon, and then this like lady comes over and says, "Oh, I see you'd like to play with puppies today."
You go to Quark's bar and you ask him, "You got any puppies?"
Let me get that holo suite. Let me set up some puppies.
What if somebody is like, man, Riker's been spending a lot of time in the holodeck, and then like they like trip the security and bust in. It's just him rolling with puppies on the ground.
People are like, oh, Riker's probably in there fucking all kinds of women, and they open it up and he's just like, hee, playing with
He's
puppies,
just giggling, and they're licking his face and shit.
Well, like he's from Alaska, right? So he probably has like some dog sled experience.
Yeah,
Probably.
he has.
Probably.
I know his stories. He does know dog sled.
So
Yeah.
he was probably like next in line after Troy left the school
It's
or
just
whatever.
a bunch of little children in line, and he's just in the back of it, being like, "Man, this is taking forever."
Come on, Michelle, get these puppies, get this puppy petting in. I'm next.
I mean, I am the first officer. Do I get cutsies?
Dude, how is anyone else in that school not playing with those puppies? Some kid is playing with a fucking computerized party hats, and then another kid's in the back playing with like giant Legos or some shit.
Yo, there's puppies there.
Motherfucking puppies!
All right, here's some darkness. Why don't we see a single dog on the ship after this?
Well, they send them off with the diseases.
I think that they say that a puppy or two dogs like got each other pregnant, like in space pregnant.
I don't think Josh knows how people get pregnant.
Two puppies who loved each other very much went to sleep, and then baby puppies happened.
No,
Never mind. He knows.
Puppies just divide into smaller puppies, and then
Oh, they're asexual. They're like starfish.
They reproduce by budding.
You can bud off like a puppy. That'd be awesome.
That would be
They're like-
awesome, actually.
They're like fucking gremlins.
You get a puppy wet, it'll just bud puppies off.
Airbud. That's where Airbud comes from.
No, Ian.
That's why he's named Bud.
No, Ian, I do not like puppies.
No.
It's fucking like this kid. I get that like he's supposed to look like Troy, right? Like he's got curly hair and black eyes, but he has the most soulless, unemotive eyes.
And they never explain why he's a boy, because like he's supposed to be a perfect clone of Troy.
Because space guy on vacation is a boy.
Yeah, he's like, well, I'm not going to be a girl.
What am I going to be a girl and get space raped by a different version of me?
Dude, right? Holy shit, we're onto something here.
This episode.
Yeah.
What the fuck happened?
This episode is bizarre. Is the only word I can use to describe it.
I think they were going for like a Twilight Zone. That's what I feel.
That's what I wrote down. Is like this wants to be Twilight Zone, but also return to a status quo at the end. And like, that doesn't work.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, Twilight Zone is the exact opposite of that. It starts out status quo, and then shit goes crazy, and at the end you're like, my mind got fucked in space in the middle of the night. But then like this, they're just like, oh no, it's okay, and like they like half-ass like her emotional state and shit. And like,
she's like, I'm really gonna miss that crazy space rapist.
Yeah,
it's like, Troy, no, you are not.
The plot line is fucking half-assed, right? Like the reason why little Ian has to leave the ship and everyone's sad that the rapist leaves is because he's giving off the very specific type of radiation that is going to harm one thing that they're carrying in the disease pool. It's like they had to have some reason for him to leave, right?
Listen, that guy, that kid heard like space sirens in the background. It's like, oh shit, I gotta get out of here. Someone.
That's the sound of the police. That's the sound of my pee.
Dude. Also, let's give it up for the best performance in the episode. Everyone's grandpa as the scientist that brought all the diseases on board.
Dude, I love when he's talking to McCartney. He's like, "What do you want?"
You mean skinny Brian Dennehy?
Skinny Brian Dennehy. That dude came straight from an oatmeal commercial. Yeah. And I was like
this dude,
I'm ready.
This dude was down the hallway in the fucking studio on the set of Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman playing the cranky old man who doesn't want medicine done to him by a woman. Yeah. And then he went down the hall and played a spaceman in Star Trek.
Yep.
He was given no script, or if he was, he threw it away completely.
Yeah, no He's not a quality actor, this person. He's not great.
And he was like that specific blonde-gray mix-up of hair that you only get like if you were on TV in the 80s.
That's true. It's very... Yeah, and his haircut is for someone who's like several decades younger than him.
Yeah, his haircut is for somebody who lives in the old fucking West, is what his haircut's for.
Or who grew up in the 90s. Like, I feel like it was like a JTT cut at one point.
And he also has just a giant mustache.
Yeah, his mustache is timeless. His haircut is that of a younger man. His mustache is ancient, old as the earth.
Like, he was trying for the Tom Selleck, but he's like 20 years too old for it.
Why was he there? Like, why was he there?
He was escorting the diseases.
If he was Tom Selleck, I was not Tom Bienek.
All right, Kevin, God. It was good having you on the podcast.
We gotta take a break.
Kevin's never coming back.
Bye, everybody.
All right, let's take a break, and we'll be back without Kevin after this message.
Hello, may I help you?
Yes, Clyde and Keith to see Emmett Smith. Emmett, your gray facial hair has put you in a rocking chair.
Your beard is weird.
Your stash is trash. Oh, it's bad.
Just for Men Gel penetrates tough gray and puts it away in 5 easy minutes. His edge is back.
He's right on track.
Backfield in motion.
He moves and grooves. He scores! Just for Men Gel.
Keep your edge.
And we're back. And while we were taking a break, we were discussing how this episode goes nowhere and deserves none of its tension moments.
There's no tension.
It wants them so bad.
It wants to be high tension, but they couldn't pull the trigger because I feel like it was still too much for people, right? This episode definitely should have been all about the morality of keeping this child.
But that is resolved in a scene.
It's resolved in 2 seconds, and none of it matters. Like, there should have been a faction of the crew that was like, the Prime Directive, we have to keep the baby. And then there should have been a faction who was like, this is dangerous, we have to figure out what to do with this thing, you know?
Yeah,
but instead it's really good commentary on...
Yes.
Especially, like, what would have made it, like, a perfect commentary on the issue is if Troy was unconscious during it.
Right, like she was out, right,
the two factions are just horribly fighting against each other.
Right.
And maybe she regains consciousness towards the end of the episode and makes the decision herself, and there are people who are against that.
Right. That would be better. But I don't think that they could do that then. It's, you know, it's...
Yeah, we are in, like, 2017, not to date the podcast, but, like, that's where we're attacking it from, and it's like...
Yeah.
There's another episode that, like, I felt like being in 2017 kind of spoiled the impact of, and that's the one where Riker falls in love with someone from the gender-neutral planet.
Oh, I love that episode.
That's a good episode. It's very, like, we're gonna take an issue and just flip it.
Yeah, it's super flipped.
It's like we're going to take an issue that we don't super understand, but we're going to, like, really try. And I bet if I saw that in, like, 1992, I would have been like, this is the bravest show.
But think about, people weren't talking. Like, back then, people were not aware that was a thing. Like, there were people who were switching genders and like, going, like, under the knife to change their sex and stuff. But now, like, we understand it much more as, like, a phenomena, like a medical thing, like a real thing. That's there's a reason for it, right? Like, but back then they were like, oh, they're deviants, right?
And like the episode is actually about like being gay in a society that hates gay people. Like that's really the thrust of that gender neutral episode. But they like tie it up in like ideas of gender and sexuality, and
like so today we watch it differently, right? Like we watch it
totally
True.
differently.
People who watched it back then were just thinking that it's like a metaphor for homosexuality.
Exactly.
And I mean, if you just treat it as a metaphor for homosexuality, it has a lot of baggage attached to it that doesn't help its cause very much.
Yeah. Well, again,
but if you look at
the 80s.
If you look at it from like our point of view now, it's actually, I would say it's probably better a little bit now than it was then.
I tend to like that episode, but like I think it's fascinating what you're saying, Kevin, about like now it means a totally different thing, and maybe it misses on some of those things that we now understand because they just weren't things then.
Oh yeah,
it misses what like we kind of want it to be about. Yeah,
right.
This episode,
but like compare that episode to this one, where like they actually follow the controversial plotline through 4 seasons from now in that one episode.
They probably in this one, like I don't know for a fact, but like just my speculation is they probably were like, we can't get away with too much yet, right? Like the show's not super popular. Like still, the show is like, we might get canceled. You know?
I think it's important to note as well that this script is actually fairly old. It was written for Star Trek Phase 2. It was not written for TNG.
It feels like this is a TOS episode.
Yes, that B plot especially. Sorry.
It was written when Ilya, the like bald semi-psychic chick from the movie, Star Trek the Motion Picture, she was the one that was supposed to get pregnant.
Oh, well.
And I guess not Riker from the movie. Kid Diddler. Whatever the fuck his name actually is.
Seventh Heaven pedo.
Yeah. He was supposed to be the one that leered creepily from the other side of the room while she gave birth, I guess. But this episode,
that would have been appropriate.
This episode wasn't even written in 1988 or 1987 or whenever. It was probably written in the 70s. So.
Probably.
Or at least parts of it.
Yeah, which makes it, if they would have, like, the frank, open talk about abortion would have been nuts back in the 70s.
Especially in the 70s when abortion...
80s.
Yeah, when abortion was legalized in, 72? So, like, people were still fucking like, what? Like, yeah, it would not have been. They wouldn't have let that on television.
No, probably not.
So my question to you guys is, what if Ian got to 40?
Well, he would have gotten to 40 in about 18 hours.
Yeah.
I don't know. He probably would have been like, Mommy, my finger hurts.
Yeah.
Ow, Mom!
Would he have still lived with Troy?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, what would he have done?
Would he have, fucked one of the ensigns? Would he have, put his penis in and then, waited 4 seconds and went, oh!
Oh, I get it.
And then left because his vacation's over and now there's a permanent problem.
Yeah.
Jeez.
No, yeah, this problem sort of take care of itself eventually.
Yeah.
Look, if he got the woman pregnant, then it would be like she was never pregnant at all. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah, the baby would just be numbing everything, and it would have been a joyous fucking experience. Ugh, God.
And then it would have gave off a very specific brand of radiation.
Yeah.
But isn't that part of the human experience?
Giving off radiation?
Yeah, giving off pain radiation.
Yeah, that's part of the experience. That's why he sticks his finger in the hot soup.
Yeah, but what if what I'm saying is what if the pain of our birth that we cause this is very Freudian, that we cause our mothers, what if we carry a part of that with us?
Or maybe the reason why why Ian is so creepy apart from being a racist is because he causes no harm. He is so easily ignorable.
He's a racist?
No,
You didn't see that scene with him and Jordy?
The evidence is really piling up against this space fucker, I'm just saying.
He's not racist to African Americans, he's racist to blind people.
Oh my God.
He's like, why can't you see?
This guy is all the bad isms, all right?
It's true.
No, I think that's part of it too. It's too wholesome, and you're waiting for the other shoe to drop, and you're like, okay, what's the story? And it never does. Yeah.
Yeah, it's clean filth.
Yeah.
Patton Oswalt has this bit about how if you try and cover up bad language, it's 200% creepier. Yeah.
Yes. It's people my some of my family on my dad's side is super religious.
Yeah.
And they're way creepier than creepy people because it's it's a hidden they're hiding the humanism, right? Everyone who stubs their toe says fuck, right?
Oh, yeah.
Fuck. But they stub their toe and they're like, oh gee golly, and it's yeah, that's not normal. That's fucked up, right?
When you swear, you can endure more pain.
Right.
It helps your brain to swear every now and again. So when I see someone going gosh all the time,
it's weird. Yeah.
There's a level of every human being has a dark side, right? There's no way around that. It's part of what makes humans human.
That's my secret, Jeff. I'm all dark side.
It's true. He is all Sith, baby.
I'm more of a Jolie Bindo.
Fuck.
But you're right. This kid is all. There's no dark side. He is in the Disneyland of humanity.
He's just playing human.
There is a dark side, right? We as an audience know that he space raped a woman to be born.
Well, but that's what this should be. That's what this show should be. What we're talking about right now should be the episode.
Yeah,
but it's
Star
not.
Trek, right? You go at a moral issue,
right?
And
but
you
it's
show
not
all sides of it.
And you kind of get that from Picard, where he's really weary about him. He kind of is Ian, you're fucking weird. You can see it, right?
Yeah.
But eventually, it doesn't matter. And even I don't even think Picard is there at the end to see the thing float away.
No, he's not.
What the shouldn't he be there? He's the fucking captain.
Riker, Data, and Pulaski are the only
then they gotta. There. Does he read the report and go, good, that settles that? What?
The episode does not have to be about rape.
No.
It doesn't have to be a rapist drama episode every CSI.
Right.
But it could be about hey, how far are we willing to go for this whole like find new life forms thing?
That's exactly what it is, and that's the allegory to that. That's exactly what I'm saying.
You
like,
can come at it from like 3 separate directions. You can do your CSI episode or whatever.
Sure.
You can do your like. How far do we go to see like new life forms? You can do like abortion issue. You can tackle the abortion issue. You can do anything, and it would be better than whatever the fuck happened in this episode. We've been talking about it this long, and all I can think is like we put more thought into this episode than the writers did.
Yeah,
apparently
you could do an episode where like Troy is like consensually pregnant, but like maybe doesn't want to keep the kid for status quo reasons, or like give the kid up for adoption later, and it could just be a character episode where we see each culture's response to this, like
exactly, and you could do like a lore episode too, where like they're like, look, the Federation, like we settled this a long time ago, where like when humans first started like exploring the galaxy and the Federation was formed, like we made rules for this shit, right? Like you're like protected by shit. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, I'm into that type of stuff. Anything other than just, like, watching a kid play with puppies for 42 minutes would have been better.
You know, they could have done, like, a straight mind control episode, right? Where you're unsure whether Troy is making her own decisions or not.
Well, you kind of get that anyway.
Like, you get a little bit of that, but it's never highlighted, and, like, no one ever brings any attention to it. But if the whole episode was, like, she keeps making all these decisions that favor the alien being, like she's protecting it, and you're unsure whether it's just she genuinely feels that this is her child and it's her right, or if the child is like controlling her mind.
Jeff, I don't know if you know this, but that's kind of like what having a child is like.
Yeah, man.
They're kind of like a mind control device.
You know, do they make people post 1 billion fucking pictures of their children on social media?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
You ever go to a party with a baby? It's a fucking shitty party, I'll tell you that much.
Why would I ever go to a party with a baby, John?
Listen, sometimes you don't intend to go to a party with a baby.
Yeah. It'll happen. It just happens.
And you're like, oh, great, this party's going to suck till 8:30.
Only one group of my friends has a baby at this point. Only one couple.
Oh, man, you gotta get ready, dude. It's coming.
You lucky son of a bitch.
It's fucking coming, bro. You're gonna be at a party, and everyone's gonna be talking about this baby, and you're gonna be like, where's my goddamn cowboy soda with alcohol in it?
Say goodbye to your fucking Instagram feed, bitch.
Dude, fuck. Holy shit.
I guess there's two, but I don't know. I'm like the least social person in history. Like, people are like, come on out, and I'm like, I got video games.
Yeah, I'm kind of like that myself.
I don't need peoples. I got video games.
I'm just starting to rediscover socialization in people, and I'm like, oh, I'm not great at this.
Yeah, it's not my favorite thing, honestly.
I'd like it if I was good at it.
I think I'm pretty good at it, but it's it's exhausting for me.
It's super tiring for me.
Yeah, it's really
like,
tiring.
I'm decent at it. Like, if I met someone before, and like even if it was a bad meeting, and see him again, I'll do fine.
And like I hang out with like easy mode people to hang out with. Like I hung out with Paul and Jen and like my friends I've known since high school like a weekend or two ago, and like it was super fun and super great, but I was so tired.
Yeah, it's tiring.
Yeah,
well, that's why Paul always wants me to sleep over, and I'm like, nah, I don't have that in me, dude. I don't have that in me to wake up and like talk to you in the morning. Like, no offense, man. Like,
Josh,
I like to get up
just
and
wants to fucking leave. He's not waiting until tomorrow morning.
Dude, you don't want to stay up all night talking about what you think happens after you die?
Dude, I mean, that can be fun, but then the next morning I just want to wake up before everyone wakes up and leave.
Dude,
which I do a lot.
You don't want to watch reruns of The Next Generation and try and fall asleep in between the lines?
That I do like that, but that's more of an alone thing.
That is more of an alone thing.
You taught that to me in person.
Yeah, it works best for something you've seen a million times.
Yeah,
we did it at MagFest. I was like, try to like fall asleep between the lines, and then like it's crazy, dude. It's like a really crazy trick. One weird trick to sleep good.
It's weird that I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about, but it sounds so alluring.
So like, I did this thing where it worked. Like I did it with Futurama when Futurama was on Netflix. Like I was one of those people that would fall asleep to Futurama, and I've seen it. I've seen every episode like probably like 50 times. So like I would know the lines, but I would fall asleep, and then like I would fall asleep for like an unknown amount of time, and then I would wake myself up and hear another line, and in between those lines would feel like an hour.
Yeah.
But in real life, it's 2
seconds. Fucking ego death.
It's crazy, dude. You should try it.
It's amazing. I do want to try this now.
It's fucking crazy because your whole perspective is like fucking blown. Like time is an illusion.
If you anticipate being real tired sometime in the future, give it a shot.
Every day of my life.
Check it out, dude. It's like better than sex.
Yeah.
You ever watch Star Trek while sleeping?
While sleeping? Dude, you don't even know.
We're not talking about this episode anymore. Fuck it. It's dumb. I don't like it.
Yeah, this episode, for the first episode of Riker getting his beard, is very inauspicious start. It's not great. But the next episode immediately after this, Riker and Worf fight Skeletor in the holodeck.
Yeah, like I really felt like I picked the wrong episode.
Hey, man,
I really did.
This episode maybe not the best. I'll be glad to be relieved of this cargo.
Oh my god.
I can't wait
at everybody.
I can't wait till we beam the viruses of this episode off of our mind.
Sometimes I just want like Riker to say what he really means, like "fuck this, I am tired."
Dude, there is that one episode where he is sleepy, real sleepy.
Yeah.
And he claps for Data.
I love that episode.
Fearless Caddis.
Or the episode where he's captured by a crazy VR child alien.
Oh fucking!
Yeah, he's like, I said, shut up.
Yeah, dude.
Shut your mouth.
Shut your mouth. It's like, wow.
And then he's like, we'll be best friends forever. And then you never see him again.
I'll write to you from space.
Look, we can't be having 2 child actors on this show. Fuck that noise.
One is too many. One is one too many.
You guys got some room in your heart for some Wesley hate from old Kevin Cole?
Oh,
bring it on.
Fuck yes.
Okay, so I think the reason why we hate like Wesley Crusher so much is because well, yes, but even not knowing so much about Will Wheaton, he's meant to be a stand-in for us, but instead he just makes us jealous.
Really? You feel jealous of him? I think he's obviously a Mary Sue, right?
Oh, like, I'm sorry, you don't want Worf to tuck you in at night?
I mean, it would be rough. It would be like...
He's a Mary Sue, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not jealous of him. I'm not, like...
He's a prick. He's a little prick.
The real problem is, he illegitimizes the Star Trek universe by existence.
Yes.
You cannot fly a fucking starship as not even a cadet. You're an acting cadet.
Yeah, they don't let you do that shit. This is like a military operation. Like, they're not gonna let you fly the flagship of the Federation.
Yeah, it super delegitimizes the Federation, and that just some fucking kid. Nepotism also plays a big part in this, right? Like, the chief medical officer's son gets whatever he wants.
If you're like some ensign who like worked their ass off at the academy and like, you know, stayed up late and like tried to like get straight A's at 4.0, and then you see fucking Wesley Crusher flying the fucking Enterprise, like, I would be fucking pissed, dude.
How do you feel if you're Reginald Barclay?
Yeah.
How do you feel if you're a lieutenant junior grade, the immediate rank above what Wesley is acting as without going to the academy a day in his life?
Right.
He's
never
done
did
nothing.
Shit.
Like, you've been in Starfleet for fucking 10 years, and you're a lieutenant junior grade because you haven't saved the galaxy or anything.
Yeah, you're busting your ass, right?
You're just doing your fucking job.
Yeah.
And this kid gets to fly the flagship of the Federation.
Yeah, man.
Without going a day.
I would frag that motherfucker. I'd take him to the holodeck, turn the safeties off, and let him die, dude. I'd be like, I don't know, it was Moriarty. He did it.
It's Sam Clemens from the past.
It's me! Miss Guinan!
Oh shit, he's here.
Oh! It's me! It's more Reese's now. I was doing it better on the stream.
Very Reese's.
I was doing it way better on the stream the other day.
It's a little the Danny DeVito's the penguin.
Miss Guinan, there it is. I don't remember that. I don't remember him sounding like that. It's me, Mike D!
He's back!
Hey, it's me!
That's always been my problem with Wesley. Like, I only found out that Will Wheaton was a sack of shit later.
Oh my god, dude.
He's, like, my problem was always with Wesley himself, just, like, completely fucking up the entire world of Star Trek by existing.
I have no opinion on Will Wheaton. I just want Josh to like me.
I could never not like you, Kevin.
Kevin, everyone likes you, Kevin.
You're not Will Wheaton, so you're good.
So in the late 80s and early and all of the 90s, there was like this idea of kid power.
Yeah, like kids rule.
There was girl power, but there was also kid power.
Kid power, yeah.
Like the Goonies and shit like that.
Sure.
Like kids have a secret wisdom that adults just don't get.
Right. It's like an innocence, but like a power.
Stuffy old adults don't get it.
Yeah.
When in reality, like, kids are fucking stupid.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, kids are really fucking dumb.
That's the thing, like all these kid characters doing crazy cool kid adventures and doing things that the adults just can't. They all act like adults.
Yeah, they're just being adults as kids, and that's what's attractive about them. You're like, oh, I want to be an adult.
Yeah, but you're a stupid kid. Like, if you ended up in the Goonies situation, like, the fucking gangsters would murder the fuck out of you.
Yeah, the Fratellis would kill you. They would just kill you.
Like, innocence is okay, but, like, have you tried knowing more than one swear word?
Yeah, also, like, I know some things. I hate when little kids, like, tell you about something, and you're like, yeah, I know.
Fuck, my nephew's so bad about that. Like, hopefully he doesn't listen to this podcast. He's so fucking bad about that, about Dragon Ball Z. He's like, yeah, I fucking love this character. His name's this. I'm like, fuck, I know.
Yeah, I know. It was on when I was a kid. Yeah, I know.
Every character in Dragon Ball, okay?
I was talking to my cousin's kids. They watched Teen Titans, and I was like, oh, I remember when Teen Titans was on or whatever. And they're like, you know about Teen Titans? And I was like, yeah, it's been around for like 20 years. But they think they've discovered it,
that
right? That
reminds me, there's this like big trend now. This artist drew the Teen Titans having normal teenager things and dressing normally and going secret identity stuff. And people were like, "Oh my god, this is how it should be. You're so original." And I'm like, nah. That's been the comics for 50
That's every comic
years.
book! Yeah, that's every fucking comic book!
The Teen Titans comic has been around for 50 fucking years.
Yeah.
It's been that way forever.
That's how everything always was, too. Like, everyone had a secret identity, and only recently have, like, secret identities been like, it's not important.
I like that artwork, but like,
the artwork's great. I really like it. It's just people's reactions were cracking me the fuck up.
Well, like, I have a friend whose, like, whole kink is, like, superheroes in domestic situations.
That's pretty awesome.
Kink?
Like, they're into that.
Yeah. Like, not like their kink, but, like, you know. It's
the
like,
way you said it.
It's like their aesthetic is.
That's what they like, yeah.
Like, you don't want anyone to think they get a boner from it.
Maybe they do.
But they do.
I do.
But it's like it's like, oh my god, the Winter Soldier is making muffins.
Oh, yeah.
That's great. Like, one of my favorite comics is All-Star Superman by Grant Morrison. I think I've mentioned it before on here.
Yeah.
It's probably my favorite comic ever. And, like, comic book superheroes get into this thing for years, since their inception, where they're always posing, they're always flexing, they're always angry, and they're always, like, tense and full of energy or whatever, because it's dynamic.
That's Gen X. That's like Gen X's thing, is the dark, like, superhero.
Yeah, Frank Miller.
Like, even like Joe Shuster didn't draw Superman not posing and flexing, you know?
Yeah, well, he did like the pose where his hands were on his hips and he was like, I'm Superman. Yeah.
But in All-Star Superman, like, a dude like Superman wouldn't be like that. Like, if you're invulnerable, you're not gonna be preening and posing and shit.
Yeah, you're just gonna
be
stand
super
there.
relaxed.
Yeah.
And not
like,
worried about it.
Like, boomer aesthetic Boomer aesthetic is like, here's Superman doing a cool pose because Superman is super. And Gen X is, here's Superman posing ironically because Superman is dark.
Yeah, Superman is posing as the thinker and is in shadow. And that's like Gen X,
And Millennial is, here's Superman making muffins because he's hungry.
Yeah. Like the cover,
what does Superman do on his day off?
Like the cover of All-Star Superman, the first issue in like the collected edition, is Superman just sitting on a cloud with his like his leg up to his chest, just leaning on it.
I thought you were gonna say with his dick out.
Yeah, he's got his dick hanging. He's just chilling. He's not sitting on the cloud really. He's flying. He's
his floppy 12-incher just hanging off the cloud.
It's not even hard.
Sun.
It's just 12
inches. Yeah, 12-inch floppy. Yeah, that's what I said.
Because he's Superman.
Yeah, why wouldn't it?
He's like, what size are human penises? I don't get it.
If you know the canonical size of Superman's genitals, please write to M-Class Podcast.
I'm sure that there is like a discussion about the canonical size of Superman's erect penis.
There's a comic that I love. This little quick fan comic that somebody made, like one page. It's like Superman takes Lois Lane back to the Fortress of Solitude to have sex. Yeah. And she's all being seductive, and he pulls his pants down, and it's like a horrible abomination.
Oh,
like, what the fuck? And he's like, I'm an alien.
Yeah, and she's like, oh, God! Yeah.
Like, human beings don't have penises like this?
I relate to that comic book a lot.
Yeah, which is why it's bullshit that Garrus in Mass Effect won't romance me because I'm a dude. Because, like, he doesn't know what genitals are. He's a bird man. He's got a cloaca.
You should play You should play SWOTOR then, man. Yeah. You can be any gender and romance anybody.
Anything.
Yeah, you can do whatever.
I like the idea of if you're playing a game where there are like romanceable options, everyone's just into you.
Yeah, they're immediately like, oh, hey. But that's how it is in real life, though, too, right? Like, think about the people like who've ever been into you.
Yeah.
Like, I like when people don't fucking pussyfoot around. Like, I hate that shit, right?
Yeah.
Like I'd rather somebody just be like, hey, fucking look at me. Like, that's better.
Like, I'm straight, but not for, like, protagonists.
You don't know if they're straight. Like, you don't know if the guy you're playing as is straight. You gotta figure that shit out, right?
Yeah, maybe you're role-playing, like, a gay guy. Who knows, man?
Yeah. I just love... I'd never played Mass Effect before, and I started playing Mass Effect 2. And
that's a good one. That's like one of my faves.
I was like walking across the bridge of my ship, and this like ensign's just like, "Hey, Shepard, let me see your dick." And I was like, "Damn, did they like get together in the previous game? Are they like interested in each other?"
Yeah.
That character is literally not in any of the other games, and is only in 5 minutes of this game, so you can have sex with them.
That's BioWare, man.
Yeah, I think I know who you're talking about. She's like your assistant or whatever.
Yeah, she's just like, "What's up, Shepard? You gonna put your PP in me?" And I was just like, "Whoa, who is this lady?"
I've been studying you.
I'm like, damn, I just came back to life, bitch. Calm down. I guess. I don't know the storyline, but I think I just came back to life.
Did you play the KOTORs, Jeff?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's way better in those.
Yeah,
right?
it's not quite as abrupt.
you have to work for it in those, man. Like you gotta it takes a while.
But like, I don't think there are any like alien apart from Wookiees. I don't think there are any alien races in Star Wars I want to fuck. Every
Gamorreans.
Every Star Wars race looks like George Lucas sneezed in his hand.
Dude, I want to.
Yeah, that's how he figured it out.
The Jedi Council that has a hammerhead shark head.
Look, I'm not gonna like. I don't want to like give away some of my kink here, but I would not say no to a Twi'lek or a Togrutan.
That's fair. I don't know what what's a Togrutan again? Is it like a Gorn?
Shakti.
Yeah, that's fine.
Or I don't want to say Ahsoka because she's a child, but that's what she is.
What about a Deveronian? Do you guys know about those guys?
Yeah, the devils. Yeah, I'd fuck a devil.
They're just Satans. Like I wanted to play.
They're Draculas.
I wanted to play a Star Wars tabletop game with some friends, and one of my really good friends was being the DM.
Yeah,
and he was like, "All right, guys, do you guys just want to play like a human game, humans only?" And I was like, "No, I want to play aliens."
No, that's dumb. Said, I think you could. Yeah.
He said, "What type of alien do you want to play?" And I was like, "I want to play a Satan." And he said, "What?" And I was like, I showed him the screen capture
picture,
of the cantina with the Satan in it, and he was like, "You can't fucking play a Satan."
And that's why the extended universe had to die.
So I found the Wikipedia article for Deveronians and showed him, and he fucking he had to let me play a Satan, so we never ended up playing the game.
Nice. That's my dude. That's great. I think you could be a Deveronian in Galaxies. You could be like everything in Galaxies, dude. Yeah.
Legit, the extended universe is the only fun thing about the Star Wars universe.
Yo, the Star Wars extended universe is incredible, and this is turning into a Star Wars podcast, but I'm so fucking butthurt about like the fucking erasing or whatever the fuck Disney is doing to that whatever they're doing.
I guess really, in the end, does it matter if they consider it canon or not? It's all still there.
No, but what pisses me off though is like in the films, like there are no classic Star Wars races.
Yeah, that's
like,
dumb as fuck.
Yeah. Like there's no Twi'leks. There's no. Where are they? What are they doing? They're fucking super populated in the universe, and now they're just gone. It's dumb as shit, man.
I guess I could stand to see a Twi'lek every now and again, but like I kind of get having a little bit of a soft reboot just to like get some creative juices flowing.
No. But because that doesn't.
If you're gonna get creative,
that doesn't make your movie better.
You should probably make your own story.
Yeah, you should probably not do a Star Wars movie then.
That's the shit that infuriates comic book readers. Getting back to comic book reading.
Guys, I hate to have to introduce you to popular media in the last 10 years, but here we are.
Shut up, Kevin.
Kevin, no.
That's the thing about comic books that pisses people off is like they bring in like a new creative team and they just wipe everything that happened before, and they're like, all right, this character has an entirely new supporting cast.
Yeah,
and you're doing that. What the fuck? I like the guys before.
They do that with Spider-Man so much, it's like absurd. And you're like, okay.
I mean, at least with Spider-Man, there's like a standard cast of characters that you can't really get rid of, like your Aunt May, your J. Jonah Jameson.
That's true.
Oh yeah, no one ever gets rid of Aunt May. Like she sticks around for every story.
They make her really attractive though.
Look, Aunt May fucking got murdered, and Peter Parker made a deal with Satan, a real Satan.
Not a Deveronian?
It was not a Deveronian, it was a true Satan.
Can I be a pepperonian?
I think everyone deep down is a pepperonian.
Dude, I want an extra large pizza with some Deveronian cheese on it.
Yeah, as long as it does not have fucking pineapples on it, we're good to go.
Man, Josh!
Wee-oo.
I
like pineapple on pizza.
I'll eat a. Listen, if you guys are buying pizza,
I'll eat it. But it's not. I'm not like.
I don't usually order it. I usually order like the meats. I get a bunch of meats on my pizza.
Here's the thing about the Hawaiian is that the ham is often no bueno. You got to go with the.
The ham sucks. Yeah.
That's why you got to go with the pineapple pepperoni. That's
pineapple
the true.
Pepperoni is way better than pineapple ham.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Is this a Star Trek podcast?
Who?
Actually, bringing it back to like the Star Wars universe not being populated with their races and characters anymore. Yeah. That's the exact problem that I have with the background anyway in the JJ Trek movies.
Oh yeah, no, that's the same exact. What's the common thread? What's the fucking common thread?
It's JJ, baby.
Dude, they go to a cantina scene in 7, and they fucking It's oh look, there's a Jabba the Hutt, but it's not a Jabba the Hutt. Oh look, there's a Deveronian, but it's not a Deveronian. It's like, guys, like, could you please, like, they already did the work for you and made the things. Like, put a few of them, just scatter a few of them in there. But
it's the same thing in Star Trek, where like they have weird fucking crazy aliens all over the place with weird ass makeup.
The first alien you see is an eyeball alien. You're like, oh, the aliens just have big eyes here? Okay.
Yeah.
I for one blame a different J for all this fucking bullshit, and that's J.R.R. Tolkien.
Why?
Because
he's been
like,
dead for 4,500 years.
But here's where he fucked us, man. Because like,
how dare you?
I'm into this. I need to hear this, man. I need to hear this.
Because he's like every nerd who's got a fucking wild hair up their ass to make a sci-fi or fantasy setting. They're like, gotta have deep, planned out lore in order to tell any story whatsoever. And it's like, no, you don't.
Look,
No,
J.R.R. Tolkien never held his old-timey blunderbuss gun to anyone's head and told them they had to do it the way he did it.
No, but his money did.
You have to follow the rules of the universe. I wish we could talk about the new Star Wars, but you guys haven't seen it yet. There's a lot of rectifying of things.
But that's the thing, is rules of the universe will naturally emerge over time, and as long as you just remember the running gags and of like the physics, like
but they don't do that.
Universe.
But they don't do that.
They like, what does do that? The physics as it goes along.
Yeah.
You know what does do that? Pretend Friends.
I was gonna say Space Kings.
Pretend Friends does. Go check out Pretend Friends if you haven't. I feel like everyone has at this point, like anyone who listens to M Class, but Pretend Friends is a fucking riot. Dude, I've actually been holding off on it. I've only listened to 3 episodes because I'm driving to MagFest in January.
Oh,
it's gonna be
lucky
so and so the whole way.
Dude, you're gonna be lolling, hopefully.
Hopefully. Yeah, to anyone who doesn't know, no one's going to MagFest but me anymore. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everyone.
I'm sorry.
Sorry. They hate us now, so.
Don't get excited for anybody good. It's just me.
Dude, I love MagFest. I'm bummed I can't be there, but like...
Dude, it is so fun, but it is so expensive.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not getting paid for to go, it's like, oh, do I have to take out a small loan to go to MagFest?
Just come and hang out in my hotel room.
I'm still thinking about doing KevFest, which is just at my house with a tent.
That would be awesome.
What type of tent we talking about, baby?
I don't know. How many tents can I borrow?
Time, man. I'm not sleeping outside in the winter time.
Coleman? We talking top of the line, baby? Talking to Coleman?
Dude, I know how to make a sweet rock pizza. I'll tell you how to make a rock pizza.
Oh, we glamping.
Glamping.
I'll put you boys in the chicken coop.
Oh,
chickens!
Ritzy. We talking chicken Ritzy.
Keep me warm, chicken.
It's the only pet that makes you breakfast.
And can become breakfast.
It's the only pet that is breakfast.
That's why we don't name them.
That's right. Don't name your chickens. So you're gonna keep them.
I'm the motherfucker that would name a chicken and be eating it, and somebody be like, "Oh, you're eating Henry," and I'd be like, "What? Man, no. Henry's delicious."
I feel like if I was in space, that would be my pet of choice, is a chicken.
A chicken?
Yeah.
It would be smart. It could lay you eggs.
That's true.
And I'd have like a 3-dimensional Roomba to clean up after me.
You mean a Throomba?
A Throomba.
Okay, we just stumbled upon $1 million idea.
A flying Roomba. That's a great idea. It's like a fucking drone. It just cleans your fucking ceiling.
Jeff, what you just said, a Groomba. It's
a Groomba.
It's a robot that shaves you, and it flies in 3 dimensions.
Oh my god, I need that shit.
I got one. It's a Goomba, and it's a robot that slowly shuffles left and right.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go Italian racism on me there for a second.
Never. I would never.
It's a robot that says, Italian. "Hey, what's the matter, you?"
Damn, he went there. I was avoiding it, and he jumped right in.
I'm usually very Italian racist, and now I'm just struggling for it.
I lost all my Italian racism mojo.
I guess we should, stop the podcast at some point.
We haven't been talking about Star Trek in, a really long time. You got, a really great tangent cast, though.
A super long tangent cast.
We gotta purge our Italian racist logos.
It's gotta go somewhere, guys.
I feel, let's give this episode at least a little closing of the book. It sucked. It was not good. There was nothing. There was really the only redeemable parts is Riker got a beard and Guinan shows up and Pulaski.
Yeah, Guinan, Lady Guinan.
I love Pulaski and Pulaski. I actually kind of hate Guinan.
Oh my god!
What?
My god!
I think she's super boring.
Well, it was Whoopi Goldberg just being like, "I want to be on Star Trek," and they're like, "Yes,
sure."
Yeah, you're super famous.
She called up LeVar Burton and was like, "Hey, LeVar, get me on this show. I love Star Trek."
Yeah. Why? Because all space people know each other, Jeff?
Oh god! Oh no! We have to go.
I can't believe I got dunked on so hard on my own podcast.
So dumb. Wow.
Josh,
and then I'm never going to be able to be on yours to return the favor.
Shit! That's not true.
Open invitation.
Oh, bullshit.
What?
What? You can be on our podcast.
There's no waiting list.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I just had to ask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just gotta call up LeVar Burton and ask him to be on our podcast.
What? Because all dudes that have to wear glasses know each other, Josh?
Why do you think I hang out on the continue streams? It's not to, like, look at Josh and his pretty face and his nice words. It's to,
Nice words. What stream are you watching?
It's to fish for being on podcasts.
It worked. That's how you ended up on this one.
It's like, oh, I guess. It's not like I'm going to take 4 pages of notes.
Well, Jeff, like, texted me, and he was like, do you want Kevin to be on? I was like, yeah, sure.
I've been thinking about it for, like, a while.
Yeah,
like, I was like, we should get Kevin on. He talks to us about Star Trek on Twitter sometimes.
Yeah. I just talk to you because I want to understand. I love
day,
Star Trek. I just don't know anything.
No, you know lots more than most people do.
I mean, like, you can't compare yourself to me and Josh, who have, like, wasted human lifetimes on Star Trek.
It's a bit of a obsession. Like, that in Star Wars, like, I know a shit lot. But you were flexing your Star Wars knowledge earlier.
Dude. You pulled out a muscle I didn't even know existed in Star Wars.
You were exercising those muscles, and I was like, oh, damn, this boy knows how to work out right now.
There were boners popping all over the place.
Finally, I feel like it's okay to be a nerd.
Yeah, it wasn't before now.
It wasn't up until this moment.
Up until right now, it wasn't okay to be a nerd.
Like, I like Star Wars a lot. I would never step to Josh on Star Wars. Not like I do on Star Trek.
It's tough. I think I know more about Star Trek than I do Star Wars, but I know a shitload of Star Wars shit.
If you want to know about, like, I don't know, fucking Mario shit, I know all that.
I don't know about Mega Man.
So. I know everything about Mega Man.
Yeah.
Yo, you got that whole Mega Man timeline in your head?
Holy shit.
Sure. I got about the same Mega Man timeline that the creators of the games have. So
that makes sense.
So you
I know that the series go in order from first to last.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
Mega Man Legends comes at the end. That's all.
Well, actually, Mega Man Zero. No, because Mega Man Zero. You're right. Mega Man Legends is coming.
Wow, you tried to step to me, Kevin?
Oh shit!
You tried to step to me on Mega Man?
Oh shit!
Maybe
we gotta go.
Maybe we'll settle this on the Mega Man podcast. Bye.
Thanks everybody for listening to M Class Podcast. You should go out right now to Steam and purchase HAQUE. That's HAQUE. You should check out Pretend Friends.
Thank you.
You should follow us on Twitter at M Class Podcast.
What's the email?
And the email is mclassemail singular at gmail.com.
You should follow Jeff on Twitter.
Yeah. At _ Jeff Pennington.
And I'm at Henderson1983. And what are you, Kevin?
I'm at Real Kevin Cole, COLE.
He's the real deal.
Are you related to Paula Cole?
Sure.
That's
Why
awesome.
Not? Yeah. You know.
Are you related to Kevin Pollock?
I call Kenneth Cole old Uncle Kenny.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll see you next week with our emails episode, also guest starring Kevin Cole.
Yay, thanks for having me on. I love you guys. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.